Hey everybody, this is Bob from Wham's Tech, and today we're going to show you how to use Google Assignments, sometimes known as Google Course Kit, within PowerSchool Learning to check for originality from student submissions. This is going to be a replacement for Turnitin.com. It's easier to set up, it's easier to distribute, easier to grade, plus it doesn't require any setup from you, the teacher, to create the classes and pass out codes and things of that nature in order to check for those plagiarism from student submissions. So let's get to it. The first thing you have to do is visit a specific page in your PowerSchool Learning. If you click on Activities at the top, you see that typically you go to Assignments to create your assignment for students to submit. But in this case, we're actually going to go all the way to the bottom and select LTI and SCORM. LTI is just a functionality of PowerSchool Learning that allows us to adopt other types of programs and integrate them into PowerSchool Learning. That's all you really need to know about LTI. And here we're going to click on Add Activity. So we're not adding an assignment, we're adding an LTI activity. When we click on Add Activity, you see there's a couple to choose from. Here we have Edpuzzle. We also have Google Course Kit, also now known as Google Assignments. So for this case, we're going to click on Google Course Kit Assignment Tool. It's then going to bring open a new window, and it's going to ask us to create the title for our assignment, right? So I can say something like essay, and here's, just like normal, we can put in the instructions and things of that nature. And then we can hit save and continue. We're going to ignore this LTI configuration options, mumbo jumbo at the bottom. Just save and configure. And we'll now have a full screen view of our Google Course Kit assignment. Right now it says this activity has been saved as a draft. Fine, we can close that down. It allows us to open this tool in a new window at the bottom if we want to. No need though, right? All right, so total points. This is really kind of arbitrary. This is going to be how you would typically enter the points in for your gradebook, right? Google Assignments, while it does talk to some gradebooks, it's not talking to our gradebook. So again, any points you assign here, you'll also have to duplicate it back in your gradebook. So let's say this essay is worth 50 points. I'll just say 50. The due date here, we can assign the due date here, but we can also assign the due date later, just in PowerSchool Learning. I'm recommending that as an option. So for due date, I'm going to leave this open. Or if you want to just replicate it, you can do that too, just to be safe. Either one is fine. So let's say this is due next week on October 14th. So I can click on this, click on the calendar, October 14th at the end of the day, done. Okay, and if I want to check for plagiarism, which is the whole beauty of using this tool, we'll just check this Check Plagiarism Originality feature here. Now, Google Course Kit also allows us to create rubrics. I'll show you in a later video how to create a rubric for your Google assignments. Okay, and that's it. So just points, due date, check for originality, and then publish down here at the bottom. Okay, this brings us back into PowerSchool, where we see the familiar window to assign this activity to our students. Again, we can publish it to all sections or select our sections. We can select a start and end date, allow late submissions, sure, 1 day late. And then we want to choose a location on the page. I recommend just your home page. Okay. And then to display this activity, there's two options. One as a link to this activity, which will open up for the student Google Assignments. The other option, which I haven't tested yet, but it allows you to actually embed this activity directly on the page. I'm recommending just do it as a link. You'll probably have better success that rate, but I will test the embedded on page and include that in a later video so you see what that looks like as well. All right, so for now, just as a link, hit finish. We now see that the essay has been published, and here it is. So again, we can access this essay at any point in time by visiting the LTI and SCORM under Activities and just clicking on Essay. Right, if I select Essay, right, I see just the instructions, and then I can open the activity down here at the bottom, and it brings me right back to that page that I was currently on. Okay, except this time, I can see that I have no student submissions yet. So here's where I'll see all of the student submissions. Okay, you can also see I now have the plus button to create a rubric. So if I want to, I can import a rubric from Google Sheets if I have already created one in Google Sheets. Otherwise, I can create a rubric here on the fly. The rubric tool is actually pretty nice. Here you enter your criterion. So for example, prose, and this is a description of prose. Okay, how many points? So 1 point, worth 2 points, 3 points, and 4 points. And we can give these, titles and descriptions as well. And you can create additional criterion down here at the bottom. So like grammar, okay, and so forth. When you save your rubric, okay, I guess I have to enter in something here. 1, save. Okay, I can now use this rubric to grade the assignment as well. So when a student submission comes in, I can click on the rubric and just go click, 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 and it'll auto-grade it for me as well. All right, this essay not only lives here on the LTI and SCORM page, but we also place it on our homepage, right? So if I click on the homepage, under my activities block, I should now see one that says essay, right? And I can drag this wherever I'd want. Okay. You also see it's available here under my upcoming activities. So if I want to, I can actually delete this block. And that's okay because my essay is still here under my upcoming activities. Okay. And so again, I can access the activity this way as well, an open activity. All right, on the student side, what will they see? Let me minimize this and bring up a student view. I'm going to give this a refresh. Or maybe while I resize here. All right, so on the home page, on their calendar and so forth, right, they'll see that there is an essay waiting for them. Right, if they're on just their main home page here, okay, they'll also see that the essay is available here on their calendar. Okay, so they have a quick access to the activity. Just like them, or just like you, they'll open up the activity. And they have a slightly different view. They'll have the ability to upload a document. So once the assignment loads, you see they have two options. Either they can add a file, which means they've already created that essay somewhere, and they're simply going to upload it. Or if they haven't yet created their essay document yet, they can go to Create and then a New Document. And when they select a new document, it'll create a document with the words essay and their name, just like you see it here, John Doe essay. Okay. And then they can go into the document and begin writing their essay. Okay. When they're finished, all they have to do is close out. And that document will still be linked to their essay assignment. The students themselves can run an originality report to see how much of their work is plagiarized. This is a really nice tool for the students as well. You'll see this all the time in college where students will have to submit something to the originality check before actually submitting it to their teachers. Okay. They can also see the rubric and how you'll be grading them if you've attached one. Okay. When they're finished, they'll just hit submit. Okay, it'll say submit. And now it was submitted. Okay. At any point in time, they can unsubmit in case you see they made a mistake. They can unsubmit, do the work, and resubmit. Okay, and I believe you'll see on your end if they've done that. Okay, back on your side. If I go over here to the essay and give this a refresh, I should now see that John Doe has created or has uploaded the assignment here, right? I see the status is submitted. Okay. Under the originality report, there are 0 flagged passages because I didn't type anything. Otherwise, you'd see how many flagged passages there are. And if you click on this, you'll see a report as to where those sources are originating from. Okay, when I'm ready to grade, I can click on his essay. Okay. If I want to see the originality report, I can click on this no flagged passages, or it'll say like 15 flagged passages or something. Okay, and I can give him a grade here. He'll be able to see this grade on his end. Okay, and if I want to grade via the rubric, okay, again I can just simply click, and it'll score it for me. And you see that those points get adjusted here by the grade. And what's nice is the weighting is there as well. So my rubric was only out of 5 points, but because my grade was out of 50, it automatically weighted it for me and gave me a 50 out of 50, right? So a 4 out of 5 should give me an 80%, 40 out of 50, like you see here. I have highlighting tools and commenting tools and things of that nature, right? So I can come over here and I can select things and highlight things and give John some feedback. If you're using comments over and over and over again for your students, you actually have a neat little tool here called Comment Bank, where I can actually add comments to the bank to use at a later date. I can say, for example, cite your sources. And now I see that this is over here, and if I want to, I can simply select an area of his document and select the comment, okay, and I can paste it where I'd like. Okay, I can hide that off to the side, and you see that it added it as a comment. All right, when I'm finished grading John's paper here, okay, I can return his paper, or if I want, you see it right now, John is the only person who has submitted it, but when you have multiple students submit this work, you can toggle and get the list of all of the students who have already submitted this assignment, and you can select them from the drop-down menu, or you can just navigate through using the arrow keys here, and I can return all of the student works at the same time once I'm done grading them, if you want to do it that way. So one at a time or all at a time. All right, let's say I graded all my assignments. I'll do multiple submissions. I'll select who I'm ready to return. I'll select return. Okay, and once you select return, that means that the student is going to get a notification that their assignment has been reviewed and returned and graded, and on their end, they can go back to the PowerSchool page and see that their essay was graded. Okay, so back on the student side, okay, and I see that I was able to get a 40 out of 50. I can see what my grade was based on the rubric. Okay, and if my teacher's asking me to resubmit, okay, I can always resubmit this document as well. All right, so pretty easy. The only thing that this doesn't do is show the actual score in PowerSchool, right? If I go to PowerSchool and I click on essay here, whether I'm the student or I'm the teacher, you see that I don't get the grades right here. I have to open the activity and see the grades on the Google Course Kit view. So if I go to open activity as a teacher, right here I can see a complete list of all of this particular section, and I see it's a 40 out of 50. You see that this assignment has only been assigned to this one particular class. So if you're teaching science, you'll see, science 8EP up at the top here above the word essay. And to navigate to the other assignments, just go to that PowerSchool page and go to that activity. All right, so try it out. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at robert.petito@woodward.edu. And as always, thanks for watching.